She's a survivor. Human, wake up. Don't let go of that driftwood. Hey. Hey, are you feeling okay? You really went through something awful. You don't remember. Oh goodness, you must have hit your head or something, or maybe you were sleeping when it happened. I'm not sure whether a human could sleep through all that. Well, I'm afraid your ship just sank. I'm a mermaid, as you've probably noticed. I heard a commotion and came to see what was happening, and... well, I was too late to help you or any of your crewmates. Everyone else drowned before I got here. You're the only survivor. I know it must be hard to believe. The skies are completely clear, but it wasn't a storm that sank it. It was a sea monster. Oh, whoa, shh, you're safe, you're safe. The sea monster won't come for us. Believe it or not, it's actually not a predator, more of a filter feeder, but it's really territorial when it thinks there's another large animal in its territory, and unfortunately, it can't really tell the difference between an animal and a large ship. I was under the impression you humans knew about that, though. You should have been warned, but now's not the time to be passing blame. For now, let's get you to shore, okay? There's a small island not far from here. Oh, hey, it's okay. No need to panic. What's wrong? I don't understand. Why can't you go ashore? You can't stay out here. I'm not sure why you think you'd be attacked. The island is abandoned. There wouldn't even be anyone to... Trega? You mean the Earth Goddess? What about her? Oh dear. So you made her mad, and then so mad that she'll attack you if you set foot on dry land? Are you sure she's that angry at you? Isn't Trega supposed to be one of the most patient of gods? What did you do to get her so furious? Oh, wow, that was a pretty bad idea, huh? Yikes. Well, I see your point then. You definitely can't set foot on land. Well, wait, so what have you been doing this whole time? Were you just living on that ship? Well, that must have been awfully hard, always having to stay aboard the ship while your crewmates would go ashore. Just picturing what it would be like if I had to stay in that little pond my whole life, when the whole ocean is visible. Fate really hasn't been kind to you, has it? Even if you made a bad decision, nobody deserves to be trapped like that their whole life, just because of some grudge. So, what do we do instead? I'm at a bit of a loss. That's the problem, though. It's no simple matter to just bring you to another ship. Most human ships give this area a wide berth, for obvious reasons. It would take a long time to get you somewhere where we could actually even find one. And then it would be just as long until we actually found one. Meanwhile, you'd just be getting more and more exhausted treading the water, to the point that I'd have to start carrying you all the time, or risk you drowning, which is really bad for both of us because it's not healthy for a mermaid to stay above water for too long. This must seem so unfair. You can't go ashore. There's no ships to flag down. Just a hunk of driftwood. Although it doesn't have to be just a single piece of driftwood, does it? Yeah, we could build a raft. There's plenty of wood from the wreckage here. We could wrap it all together and make a simple raft for you to rest on. I can push the raft around and we can make our way over to the nearest trade route. I can catch fish for you to eat, so there's no need to worry about food. Water might be another story, though. The water barrels from the ship have probably been contaminated with seawater. And we can't just hope for a rainstorm. I heard that humans figured out a way to purify seawater by boiling it. Is that true? Do you know how to do that? Well, we can try it at least, if worse comes to worse. I can get you close to an island and then head ashore. There, we can carry you fresh water in a container. Moving on land is a bit tricky, but I've done it before as long as it doesn't take too long. Really? Well, I guess I can go take a look. I found it! You really filled up all these glass bottles with water? How come? Oh, clever. I guess when you can't flee to land, you have to be prepared to be stranded at sea. These will definitely come in handy. I kind of like these. Mermaids can't make glass underwater, so it's pretty rare. I don't suppose I could have one after you've emptied it. Aw, thank you. Hey, don't worry about that. Sure, it's a lot of work for me, but if I don't do it, you'll die. Your life is a little bit more worth than my convenience, alright? Shh, you do not deserve to die. Don't even think that for a second. One mistake does not make you worthless. Here, I'm gonna gather some wood for the raft. We're gonna have to check each one to see if it's sturdy enough, though. Let's see. That's a pretty good start, right? I found some rope here, too, so we can tie it together and at least have enough for you to lie down on. There, see if it'll hold your weight. Just barely, but that's fine. I won't stray far, you'll be safe with me around. It's actually sort of a duty of mine. See, I'm a devoted follower of Ogvi, the sea goddess. Sailors are special to her, and I swore an oath that I'd help sailors in need. This is basically my job, so don't worry about it. Actually, I just realized something. The land and sea goddesses are sisters, so maybe if I spoke to Ogvi, she could talk to Trega and convince her to drop her grudge. You could finally set foot on land again. Sure, why not? Like I said, Trega is patient. She had a lot of reason to be angry, but we don't know for sure if she's held on to that all this time. Ogvi's very close with her sister, and she's great at changing her mind about things. What do you mean? It couldn't hurt to try, right? I mean, probably, yeah. It would be pretty hard for Ogvi to convince Trega to forgive you if she didn't say that you regretted what you did. Oh, well, this is really going deeper than I thought. Are you saying you'd actually rather never set foot on land ever again than apologize? Or even have someone apologize for you? Did Trega do something? I thought this was all because you were trying to impress somebody by offending a goddess or something, but now it's sounding more like you were trying to get back at her. Okay, I don't want to pry into personal matters or anything, but is your pride really worth it? I can't help but think you're being more stubborn than you need to be. Well, it's up to you, I guess, but I'll do my best to help you regardless. Just keep in mind that once we eventually part ways, You'll probably never have such a perfect opportunity to end your curse. Okay then, I guess whatever happened must have been really serious. I'll respect it. Before we start heading towards the trade route, we should stock up on supplies. Here, take some of this driftwood and rope and start tying it all together. We don't want the raft to be too big so I can move it easily, but still big enough for you to be comfortable. Any preference on seafood? I'm pretty good at foraging. Fish are a given, but I can get you some oysters too if that sounds good to you. Oh, that's right, I forgot humans try not to eat raw meat. Mermaids can't really cook food, so we don't tend to worry about that. If you want to be able to build cooking a fire on a raft, well, it'll take some doing for sure. See what you can figure out while I'm gone, okay? Oh? Hey, it's fine. I told you, I do this all the time. You're a sailor beloved by Ogvi, and you're a good person who deserves to survive. You don't owe me anything at all. Okay, I'm gonna go get you that food. We'll have a long trip ahead of us, but everything's going to be okay. I won't rest until I see you set foot safely on the deck of that ship. You have my word. Hey cuties. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we close everything up, I want to make a big thank you to all of my Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting me. I hope you enjoy all the content you get between early access, exclusive videos, and wallpapers and more, whether you're on Angel Steps or Demon Steps. I'd also at this point like to make the big shout out segment for those of you who pay for Super Cutie or higher. So without further ado, thank you to FPS Wolf, J-Dog, Drem, T-Brad, Neko Kageto, Toby the Lone Wolf, JRC, Michi no Kitsune, Maze Plains, Matchstick Wickbox, Trie, Jack Redheart, Minister Blade, and Michihara. And of course my Demon Steps Patreons. Christopher Masius, Paranoid Monkey, Marcelino, ACH Cross, Nuclear Toast, Double Schmo, Zoler, Biohazard Turtle, Josiah, Necropix, Ditto, Shirokage, Coffee Break Hero, Little Frosty, Vespin Drake, Denmark, Sergeant Lich, D, K, Rechuzi, Brynjar, John, Wisco, Master Lurker, Solaya, Minx, James, Lockham, and Blake Hammond. To those of you whose names I just read, thank you so much for choosing to go above and beyond in how much you support me. And to those of you who watched this video, thank you again, and I hope to see you very soon. If you'd like to join my Patreon, check it out in the comments below.